kuzifuatilia hapa kwenye KTN News. Na sasa basi ningependa twende moja kwa moja hadi Ikulu ambapo makatibu mbalimbali wa wizara mbalimbali basi siku ya leo wanapokea kiapo ama nakula kiapo pale Ikulu. Hebu tupate hiyo taarifa kutoka Ikulu.
As part of these administrations and your administration's unwavering commitment to entrenching ethics and integrity at the highest levels of the public service, and with your excellence unshakable stand requiring absolute fidelity to the principles of transparency and accountability by all persons that are privileged to serve in your administration, in particular the Cabinet Secretary, the Chief Administrative Secretaries, and the Principal Secretaries. These officers shall now sign and commit themselves, but for the signing, we do later, sir. We want them just to have this done on their behalf by various people. One will be General Leadership and Integrity Code as set out in Form 1 of the Change You to the Leadership and Integrity Act, to the Accountability Pledge, which is a personal commitment to supporting and submitting to the various anti-corruption measures currently existing and any new measures that will be introduced. Due to the length of the pledge, we are proposing that we'll do it by representation by the person that are indicated herewith. We'll start with the Cabinet Secretary, and we'll have the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, who is going to do that on behalf of his colleagues, and the Cabinet Secretaries will all be required to stand as he does that. So please, Dr. Matiang'i, can you bring?
This one. I'm not reading this wrong. So I read this and this. I, Fred Matiang'i, of National Identity Card number 911724, having been appointed Cabinet Secretary in the Ministry of Interior and Coordination of National Government, do hereby confirm that I have read and understood the Leadership and Integrity Act number 19 of 2012 and commit to abide by the General Leadership and Integrity Code as set out under Part 2 of the Act. And, Your Excellency, the Accountability Pledge. Humbled by the high calling of public office and the public trust that has been bestowed upon us. Cognizant of the challenges facing our nation in eliminating the scourge of corruption, mindful of the need for the fight against corruption to be spearheaded by the demonstrable leadership and feasible commitment of Cabinet Secretaries, Chief Administrative Secretaries, Principal Secretaries, Chief Executive Officers of state corporations, and heads of agencies, affirming my personal commitment to confronting corruption and economic crimes in general in both words and actions through my selfless and unwavering devotion to supporting and implementing the government's anti-corruption and anti-economic crimes activities and the various laws, regulations, policies, and programs towards those ends, committed to the principles of individual and collective responsibility and collective accountability to the head of state and government, to the anti-graft performance of the ministry, State Department, which I lead, and pledging myself to, at all times, uphold both personal and corporate integrity, accountability, transparency, honesty, resourcefulness, and servant leadership as the core tenets at the heart of an effective anti-corruption strategy. Wherefore, having been appointed as a Cabinet Secretary, pledge solemnly as follows. 1, I pledge to at all times abide by the Constitution of Kenya, statute law, regulations, policies, guidelines, and codes of conduct as they apply to public duty, leadership, integrity, the rule of law, and principles of good governance. 2, I pledge to make accountability, transparency, ethics, and integrity a key personal priority of my service to the nation. 3, I pledge to uphold honesty and transparency in the execution of my public duties. 4, I pledge to make all decisions and take all actions with respect to my public duties, devoid of any corruption, nepotism, tribalism, discrimination, conflict of interest, or breach of any applicable law or code of ethics. 5, I pledge to declare my personal interest that may conflict with my public duties and to therefore remove myself from any related decision-making processes. 6, I pledge to undertake within the first 90 days of the commencement of my public duties a comprehensive review of the internal management systems within my institution and to thereafter identify and highlight all areas of weakness in terms of anti-graft measures and to work with the relevant offices and institutions to strengthen the same. 7, I pledge to ensure that the proper accountable documents are prepared and preserved within my area of mandate so as to ensure transparent, accountable, and verifiable audit of the same.
Na mtazamaji, huyu hapa anayezungumza ni waziri wa masuala ya ndani Daktari Fred Matiang'i, ambaye anazungumza katika hafla kuapishwa kwa makatibu katika wizara mbalimbali tayari kuanza afisi siku ya leo. Na vile vile kumbuka mtazamaji, kuna kesi ambayo inaendelea, kesi ya mbunge, kesi ya ubunge ambayo inahusisha mbunge wa mtazamaji Babu Owino wa Embakasi Mashariki. Mtazamaji, kesi ambayo tunazidi kufuatilia. Sisile wa kesho huko kule atakuwa anatupa mengi zaidi. Basi ni baadhi ya mambo ambayo tunazidi kufuatilia hapa kwenye taarifa zetu za KTN News. Zidi kutegea, lakini kwanza kabisa napata mapumziko, kisha turejee na taarifa nyingine nyingi tu ambazo tuko nazo hapa kwenye taarifa zetu za leo mashinani.